Hi, I'm Shukarna. I work as a HR. Today I'm going to share my perception about the correct age for women to get married. According to US Census Bureau, the correct age for women to get married is 27 and for men it's 29. And the wedding is certainly seems to happen around this age bracket. But is it a right age to get married, or perhaps it is a lot more to do with growing up with your before I am 30 mindset, thinking you'll have a better job, house, and marrying by that age. So, when we're about to turn 30, we panic, and when we see people of our age are getting married, we panic even more, and thus the wedding rush begins. Women, specifically and especially women with college degrees, have a much clear benefit for marrying when they're older. They set themselves up for a much stronger financial life by not marrying young. But different people have different priorities in their lives, and that's absolutely okay. When it comes to marriage, there is no should. It's about starting your life with a person, or rather with the right person. So, to many of us, we hold 30s in our heads as the deadline for so many events of our lives, including marriage. But trust me, it's really outdated number. Marriage is a moment, it makes your life better. It's a moment to solidify your relationship, which is already strong. So please stop worrying about your age. Instead, live your life and start finding the right person to whom you want to live your life with. And when you think you are genuinely ready, you are at the right age to get married. Your priorities are yours alone. Make sure you are thinking about your life and priorities before you start putting pressure on yourself to tie the knot. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vidisha. I'm a graphic designer and currently I'm studying my master's in design. And I have lived a couple of years now as a nomad because I feel that's an inherent nature of the humankind to be not at one single place. Life can be quite challenging when you're trying to be a nomad because we have all these societal rules which tells you to, settle down, have a family, and this and that. Well, you have to fight all those things, but it's it's so fun when you see all these new places and you have all these new adventures, and then you don't remember all those things. And after a point, you learn to accept the difficulties, and then you kind of get used to it. You kind of get used to the fact that you have to do everything by yourself. You have to go everywhere on your own, and you don't have to be dependent on anybody's schedules, or you don't have to be dependent on what others think or have a perception about you. And life becomes extremely independent, and that's amazing because that's what a human should be.
Hi, I'm Lavani Datta. I'm working as systems engineer in TCS. What saddens me is that after so many years of independence, we're still here to talk about the importance of education and financial independence for women. We talk about equality, we preach feminism, but what are we doing as women in order to promote feminism and equality? We can see in most of the families that the male is a sole breadwinner. He has to bear the brunt of being the financial responsible person to run the family and support him. In these difficult times, we have also realized how volatile the job market has become and how it is possible for a person to lose his job at any point of time. So it becomes imperative for us to stand up and use up our skills to become more productive. In this process, not only our morale is boosted, we become more self-confident. We are able to take much more better decisions in our workplace and also regarding our family matters. So this entire process creates a chain of social progression. Children that tend to imitate their parents when they see that their parents, both mother and father, are working equally hard. They understand the fact of equality much better than us. They try to be more productive and they start to learn, and then they start to earn. So that's how an entire generation, if they start working more productively, then they can transform the next generation that is to come. So I feel that it's really high time that women should rise, they should use their skills, and they should become the guardian of the family alongside their male counterparts. Thank you.
Hi, I am Shutanuka and I am a management student. Today I am going to share my perception on whether a woman can excel in her career and in her household matter as well. So I think life is all about balancing. And in every day of our life, we are trying to meet that balance, right? And I believe it's totally fine if we are not able to meet that on daily basis. Sometimes our career should get more priority and sometimes our family deserves more of our time. I know after marriage things become more challenging for a women as they have two families to look after and we don't have a career also to suffer. And in our society so much pressure is put on a woman to be best in her every role that it makes them more conscious and make them feel guilty if they are not able to do so, and I think which is totally unacceptable. While we should always try to make more balance in our life and make our life better, I think it's also necessary to accept that life is all about trying for better and not getting obsessed about making that balance.
Hello, this is Antara and I work as a software developer. So today I am here to talk about my perspectives on body shaming on women. So first of all, let me tell you that body shaming is such a thing that happens not only with women, it happens also with men, and it happens very frequently on a regular basis. In buses, in metros, in offices, and even in the family. I have seen people to get bullied in this manner by their own cousins, even by their parents. In sometimes, like cousins come up and say in a family function that why are you so short or why are you so fat, we even become so fat, what are you doing, and they will give you a lot of gyan like why shouldn't you do this, why don't you do this, but no one actually sees the root cause of that. Maybe the person is going through a disease and no one is aware of that. So my message is please don't confuse your fitness with your body shaming. Be the way you are, you want yourself to be. If you want to eat, if you love to eat, eat. Be fat, but do exercise. If you are fit from within, it is very okay to be fat, to be short, to be tall, to be thin, to be anything. But if you are obese, if you are underweight, you should work on that and do exercises. Be fit. Don't spare your times on the gyan and on the criticism people do. That is a constant thing in life and you should neglect it. But be the way you are, be happy, be confident, love yourself, don't lose your confidence for that. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kothika. I'm currently a final year student of engineering and I stay in Pune. And I would like to talk about dressing up for various occasions. So I'd like to say that social obligations are not important criteria for dressing up, but it is true that more than often we try to take into consideration the social obligations that we have to dress up. And the best case scenario to put up with this into an example is that we're dressing up for both reasons. One, because it would boost our self-esteem, and because we want to look situationally appropriate. And knowing what can be appropriate is a very difficult, decision to make, because more than often there are different kind of occasions that we might have to attend. So suppose if you're going out for a late night party and you had just purchased a dress that is a little explicit, and you wanted to try it on since forever, and you're not really sure about the kind of company that you have, you hesitate a little. You feel like will it be safe to wear something little explicit? Will I be attracting too much of attention? And there are a few other examples that I can also elucidate with that. Suppose you are attending a family function and you feel little lazy to wear something ethnic, to wear a sari maybe, but you want to wear something western. There's always a possibility that there might be that nosy aunt or that judgmental relative who's going to judge you for wearing something too western and not too ethnic, or maybe wearing something too short. So being a girl, it always becomes a little difficult to choose something appropriate for every occasion. It's not always that you can always wear a hoodie or sneakers and just go out. The most important thing that we can always do if we are dressing up is to feel comfortable in our own skin, and that is what will make our appearance, our personality, and the way we carry ourselves stand out. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rudrani. I work for TCS as a system engineer over the last 3.5 years. So in this 21st century, I believe that most of the women are exposed to their professional lives just like me. So in terms of my professional life experience, I can say that it has been a mixture of positives and negatives. So in this short yet memory-filled journey, I have learned how to deal with our daily life intricacies, which is probably we all are facing in our corporate lives every day. So people will try to demotivate us. They will throw up authoritative attitudes towards us, and also they will probably try to pull us down from our highest level of confidence. So I believe that all this problems can only teach us how to deal with this kind of situation in a more efficient way going forward. And on the contrary, there are also people who try to back us, who try to hold us, who try to encourage us in the time of our need, when the times are tough. And they become our friends, which is beyond professional level. So this is life. We have to deal with it. We have to accept it. And also there's another thing I want to mention, which is we all have our families back at home to whom we are responsible solely. So we all should maintain adequate professional and personal life balance, which is, in my opinion, has immense importance in current ages. And also we should give equal importance to our family. I think this is the only thing which can make us fundamentally strong. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sharmishta. I'm a software engineer. Today I will share my perception towards the women of 21st century. Being a 21st century's woman, I feel privileged because my parents have allowed to. They have never made me feel the difference between a girl and a boy. But I believe that we are living in a polka dot society. There are bright white patches but with darker spots. Still, we need to compromise in certain cases because we're women. Still, we need to bow down to certain rituals which are specifically created for women to respect the traditions and cultures of our society. Still, we cannot wear the dress that we really want to with the fear of getting judged. Still, we feel afraid because the outside is not so safe. But we have never felt so strong before because finally we have started acknowledging our existence. We have stopped feeling sorry about us and have started being proud about us. In spite of all the tragic news that are happening towards women, we would like to have daughters at our home because we want to remove those darker spots, and this process will be continued. Thank you.